Oh no, she's actually gone. That was probably like her final. She like just died or something. Dude, I'm just like, oh my word, I'm feeling so many things right now.
Can't stay here forever. We'd best get moving.
Yep. Sounds good.
Oh, the holy materia.
I'll see you off.
Tifa. Come on.
I have to admit, you were quite the man.
Who, me?
Oh, that guy. The guy from Wutai or something.
I guess not. Anyway, you haven't seen Viceroy Saruf, have you? He failed to show at an important event. Made us look like fools.
Maybe he wouldn't have, if you'd spent some money on that set.
Ah, you're probably right. Rich kids do like things just so. Still got results, though, even without him. Resistance elements are more fired up than ever.
You know, Glenn, I'm on to you. This war's nothing but a ploy to distract me from Sephiroth.
How very astute. Regardless, the plan is already in motion.
Oh, so Glenn was like,
Promised land will become reality.
was Glenn possessed by Sephiroth too?
A father's dream, accomplished by his son.
I want the real thing, not some imitation.
But an imitation's all you deserve. In the back, just like old times.
Oh, the weapon. There's like 2 of them though.
Did I?
So Zach's alive?
I couldn't have dreamt that.
Please show me Zach and Aerith together.
It all felt way too real. Just as worlds unite, so too do they part.
So obviously this is the Zach that was fighting with Cloud. But like...
But who's to say they can't unite again?
Open interpretation to possibly unite Cloud and Zach again? Or something? Nibelheim. Well, Nibelheim's like full of these robed guys. Is that Sid? He's singing the
Can you not raise it just a wee bit higher?
the FF. He's singing like one of the FF preludes. Oh, Aerith's wait. Was she just watching them? So I guess they can't see Aerith or something?
What Aerith actually do, anyway?
Well, I guess she's always with them because of the live stream, right? Probably. Like how Biggs, Wedge, and Jesse are.
And with that, we are cleared for takeoff.
Finally.
It's not fair.
Aerith?
Can't Cloud see her though?
The hell? The reunion.
Hey, you coming or what?
Yeah, one sec.
Cloud. Cloud. That's pretty sus of you.
You have to promise not to look up.
Oh, the dream world. Oh, dang,
Don't
that's
look
like
up.
that's like a
Now I got him.
that's a problem.
Fine, but don't let it get to you.
Don't let what get to me.
Oh, so only Cloud can see it.
It's not real. Just an illusion. Now let's go get Sephiroth. He's hiding up north.
North.
Trust me, he is. Soldier's intuition.
Oh, yeah? Better hope you're right.
Alright, fine. We trust you. Just remember, we got everything riding on this. And that's a load you'd best be ready to carry.
No heavy loads. We're close to capacity as it is.
Don't worry about me. I can handle it.
Take care.
You gonna be okay getting back?
And if I said I wasn't? Don't worry. It's like a second home.
I guess. But what if something happens?
Then I'll send up smoke.
Thanks. I'll keep an eye out.
I'll put everything I've got into my prayers. I'll stop the meteor. And I'll leave the rest to you. Good luck.
Aerith. I will stop Sephiroth. Trust me.
You promise?
Promise.
Walking city streets with worn cobblestones, listening to people rushing past to rhythms all their own.
Goodbye.
Life passing me by, not
No promises await at Journey's End.
years afloat
Man,
till I
Rebirth.
met you.
This dude, I'm actually kind of tearing up. Like, that's, oh my word, that ending. That is like, that's beautiful. So Aerith's like, she's gone, but like not really gone, because she's like, you know, they said like people are always with you with the live stream, but Cloud can like see her, so that's interesting. I wonder if that's just because he went into the multiverse or whatever. And like only Cloud can see the multiverse? Basically they're doing this like multiverse thing, which I'm interested to see where they take that. I don't really know what's up with Zack. Zack's also just in another world, like he wants to like unite the worlds again or something. It's crazy. It's really insane. What do I say? I don't really know what to say. But dude, we have a lot of ground to cover for the third game. The third game's gonna like, I'm actually really wondering where they're gonna go with it, because, you know, they had the, they already did the Tifa, like, going into the live stream bit, so, I mean, I imagine we're gonna actually, like, get full confirmation, not full confirmation, we're gonna get, like, a full, like, Tifa saving Cloud moment, but they might have to change some stuff, because they moved some stuff to this game. And they also, like, Cloud knows about Zack now, so it's like, it's a little different. So the third game's gonna feel a bit more innovative, while also having some of the same ideas, I guess. Shinra's cooking something up. Shinra takes a big part into the third, or the next part of FF7, so, like, that should be interesting. I'm interested to see where this goes. I actually really like the ending. I think the ending is really nice. I'm still really confused, but, you know, I kind of understand where things are going. Like, I understand what happens, but, like, I just don't know what it means until the third game comes out. But, you know. Dude, I'm like, I'm so sad. Like, the Aerith death scene really got to me. Like, Cloud tearing up really got to me, and just, like, everyone's reactions to it. Cloud being able to talk to Aerith, like, made me emotional too, and Aerith's final goodbye, oh, it was also good. It was also good. But yeah, FF7 Rebirth, this game is fantastic. I don't really think I need to say much about it, it's just fantastic. This game is great. It has a lot of highs. The highs of Rebirth are really high. It has some lows, I'm not gonna lie, it has some lows. There are some moments in Rebirth that aren't so hot, but the highs in Rebirth are so good that they kind of make up for the lows. The story is fantastic, the characters are fantastic, I really like all the cast. They're all really good. Kate Sid, I don't like. Kate Sid's like, okay. I kind of liked Kate Sid's redemption a little bit. I'll admit, Kate Sid's redemption kind of got me back into him. I still think he's my least favorite, and I still think more could have been done with him. They could have done so much better with the Kate Sid section. But overall, Kate Sid was fine. He was fine. I didn't really hate him at the end. He was fine. But like Cloud, Aerith, Yuffie, Tifa, Barrett, Red 13, they were all great. I look forward to seeing more Sid and Vincent as well. They should be really good in the third game. But yeah, characters are just great. I really love the character bonds too. The game really has an emphasis on character dynamics, which is really good. Like the characters just gel together super well, and they all have great interactions, and they just feel like a really great group. And leading on to the story, I actually like the story. Like, it's good, don't get me wrong. But like, the story in this game isn't like, it's not like fantastic, like all amazing. It's kind of just like, oh, we gotta chase down Sephiroth and everything. It's kind of basic. That's not a bad thing though. Sean Chiplock voices Nero? Really? I didn't know that. What was I saying? The story's good, don't get me wrong. It's not like, you know, the story in this game isn't like kind of what lifts it, I guess. Like, the story's good. It's good, and it definitely like keeps the game interesting. But it's like what happens in the story that makes it really good. I think Rebirth has a case of like, the story on paper doesn't seem that interesting, but the events really make it worth it, and they got some really great moments. The Turks are really good. The villains, Shinra, they were really good. I love the way Shinra was used in the game. A lot better than like a good continuation from Remake, because I was worried they were going to be a little sidelined, but they weren't. Shinra had a big part in this game, and I like it. But the characters really made the journey for me. I really love the cast. I love their interactions and their banter. It's all really great. The gameplay is really fun. It's basically Remake, but better. There's so many options in this game. Like, so many options. So many options that I feel like I didn't even use a lot of them. I feel like the combat is like, I do it a disservice. I don't use all the options, but there are just so many. With materia builds and like synergy abilities, synergy moves, different character playstyles. There's so many different ways to play the game and so many options. I feel like I didn't even do it justice, because there were some I just not ignored intentionally, but I just kind of did because I didn't really use them. But the combat's really fun. It's basically Remake, but better. The things I don't like, as according to Remake, are like the weapon level up system. I think is worse. I think the weapon level up system is worse than Remake, and also, no, it's kind of it, just a weapon level up system. Music is fantastic. Oh my word, the cutscene music, the gameplay music is just great. Use of side characters, they brought a lot of characters back. Kyrie, Madam M, Sona, or not Sonon, Madam M, who else? Johnny. They brought a lot of Leslie. They brought a lot of side characters back. That was really good. They were nice to have as like, oh yeah, you played Remake, remember this character? Although you kind of have to play Remake to play this game. Like, you can't play this game without Remake. But like, hey, when you played Remake, remember this character? They had so many throwbacks. Now, as a game, great. As a sequel, also good. Rebirth is a great sequel to Remake. It's also a great game. It's like, as a Final Fantasy game, it's fantastic. It does have some negatives, but like, what game doesn't? There are some parts that I just don't like. Like, the Kate Sid box throwing segment I did not enjoy. That, like, didn't need to be in the game. And there are some minigames I don't like, but you don't really have to mess with them for the main story. They sometimes force you to do the minigames for the main story, and some of them suck. There are a few I don't like. So I'll admit, when they do force you to do a minigame you may not like, it kind of blows, but other than that, like, not too much negatives. The writing for Kate's betrayal could have been better. I'm totally down with them giving him like a sympathetic feel of like, oh, like Kate Sid didn't want to betray them, but he actually just did it because he didn't want them like getting hurt or dying, and he would rather someone else. Like, he sent the Turks because he wanted to keep the party safe. That was good and all, but I think they should have had more build up to that. It kind of felt out of nowhere. It kind of just felt like the game was like, oh, let's make Kate Sith like have a good reason for betraying the party, but they didn't really do much to like flesh that out. And I'll admit, Kate Sid's redemption arc was pretty good. It made me care about him a little bit, but I can't help but feel that more could have been done with him. They could have wrote it a lot better. I think the writing for that part's just kind of weak, personally. Roche, shout out to Roche, by the way. Roche was really well used. I like the idea of Welsh being or Welsh. Why did I say Welsh? Just because I played Star Ocean yesterday. I like the idea of Roche being a rival to Cloud, and then he got inflicted with the clone, the robed guy. Like, he got experimented on by Hojo, and he became one of the robed people. And that last duel with Cloud, where he just like he fell to despair because there was nothing else he could do. Like, it was pretty good. The villains are great. The characters are great. The story is good. The story's great. What makes the story great is the fact that the characters are great and it's got good moments. Like, on paper, the story, you're gonna be like, oh, the story, like, on paper, it's just good. But it's the moments, the characters, the emotion, the voice acting, it's all of that make it great. The voice actors did a great job. It's all that makes it great. Side quests for the most part were good. There were some stinkers. Queen's Blood was fine. Yeah. Great game. One of my favorites for sure. One of my favorite games of all time. It is fantastic. I'm trying to think of, like, things Remake did better. The only thing I could think of is, like, the weapon level up system. Honestly. I think everything else Rebirth got in the bag. I don't mind Rebirth being long. I definitely didn't think it needed to be long, but I'm glad it was. Maybe not glad it was. Maybe not glad it was long, but, like, I was okay with it being long, if that makes sense. I was okay with the length. But I would have been fine with, like, a 50 to 60 hour game. I did do, like, most things, though, so, you know. Even without it, though, they didn't just overcompensate on side quests and nothing with the main story, though. I do like that they still gave us a lot of main story. But the main story is still long. If I skipped all the side quests, I'd probably be at, like, 50-ish hours, maybe 40 to 50. Like, that's still a really good main story. Like, they didn't slack on the main story in focus of side quests, which is nice. They really went hard on the main story, which is great. Now, comparing it to the original, something I want to talk about is I think it does really good as a remake to the original, and it keeps in line with the original's themes, but the overall picture is different. Like, you know, the overall context is different, and there's some different things. But I do like that we get to see the story beats from the OG, like the Gold Saucer, or the Cosmo Canyon stuff, the Nibelheim part. They even changed some stuff up that was moved to later. Like, they pushed some stuff from later in FF7 to now. So that was kind of interesting. Zack is fantastic. I'm glad Zack was in the game. Any Zack moment, I was just like, oh, I want to find out what happens so badly. It was just great. It was all great. I'm trying to think of negatives, because I love this game, but, like, it's easier when I love a game so much, it's easier to think of negatives, and then I'm just like, yeah, the game was great. It's easier to think of negatives, you know? I like to think of negatives too, just so I'm not, like, being biased. But I think it should be obvious how I feel about this game. It's fantastic. I cannot wait for the third game. We're gonna have to wait like 3 to 4 years, but I cannot wait for part 3. I'm very excited for it. I really did like the ending, though. The trials were great. Chapter 13 is my favorite chapter, definitely. Dude, I have never, like... Chapter 13 made me feel. Most of those trials, I was really feeling for the characters there. And then when Aerith died, I was, like, close to tearing up. I was just like, oh my word, it really got to me. It was fantastic. It was so good. It was so good. Oh my word. Oh, Scarlet fight was really nice too. What do I want to see for part 3? Part 3, I wonder, are we going to start with the glacier? We might start with the glacier from the original game. I could see them doing that. That's the order. Cloud said north, and that's where they go in the OG. We might go to the glacier. They confirmed that Wutai and Rocketown are in that game too, so we'll get more Sid, we'll get more Yuffie. Yeah. Great stuff. Oh, I just really love the characters. I love these characters so much. This is one of my favorite casts of all time. FF7 Remake and Rebirth. Mostly Rebirth, because you get more Yuffie and you get Red 13. But, like, I'm gonna, like, put them together. Remake and Rebirth, one of my favorite casts of characters of all time. Straight up. Along with, like, some of my other favorites, like Grandia 2, Tales of Berseria, Tales of Graces, Dragon Quest 11, Arc the Lad 2, to name a few. But, like, Persona 4 for the cast alone. But, yeah, one of my favorite casts of characters. It's just great. Fantastic. I love this game so much. I'm definitely going to get the platinum. There's also going to be one more stream. For those of you watching, there's going to be one more stream where I do the post-game. I want to do the Gilgamesh stuff, which requires a high level, and they might add some simulator challenges after the credits. I don't know, but we're going to have one more stream of the game. The game's going to be on a bit of a hiatus, though. I won't get to it right away. We'll get to it sometime in, like, maybe June? Probably June, because Paper Mario comes out late May. So probably in June, we'll get that last stream of Rebirth in to do, like, the post-game challenges, which I'm excited to do. After I play the game a bunch on my own time. To level grind. But yeah. I think max level in this game is 70, so. Because Gilgamesh is 70. Chapter 11, these credits should be almost done. But yeah, I don't really have much else to say. It's just like, this game is great. Final boss, I really like the final boss sequence. Oh, bosses were great, by the way. Main story bosses were all great. There are some annoying enemies, but they were mostly in, like, doing the side quests. But, like, again, in an 80-plus hour game, you're gonna run into, like, a little annoyances. The fact that if the game was just 100% perfect, hunky-dory, like, oh, no problems at all, that's, like, unrealistic. Oh, Roche, that was one of my favorite moments, Chapter 11. Chapter 13 was my favorite chapter, period. Chapter 13 was the best chapter. But, you're gonna run into moments that annoy you, whether it's, like, an enemy, or, like, a certain side quest, or mini-games. Like, 80-plus hours is a long time. It's not all gonna be perfect. But the good heavily outweigh the bad. The highs are high. And the lows aren't even that low because they're so minimal. But, yeah. Gold Saucer moments were great. I can't wait. Maybe I'll show off the other character scenes if there's an easy way to do it. Because I want to see the Skywheel scenes for everyone. I really would love to see the Skywheel scenes for everyone. But yeah. You know, you're going to run into stuff that annoys you. 80-plus hours, it's bound to happen. But, what was I saying? Oh, the final boss. I thought the final boss sequence was good. Like, everything from Genova, Lifeklinger, to Sephiroth. Fighting with Zack was awesome. I thought it was all great. It was a little long. Mostly. And also that last phase for Aerith and Cloud versus Sephiroth, I did not like. Other than that, though, the final boss sequence was fantastic. It was great. It also doesn't help that I'm really hungry and I've been live for 6 hours and 40 minutes. That also doesn't help my case. But, you know, Turks were great. Oh my word, that was a great fight. But yeah. One more stream of Rebirth. I'll get to it soonish. I'll take a little break because I have to level grind, and I also want to play some other games. So we'll take a little break, but we'll get one more stream of Rebirth to do the post-game. Because I do want to do the Gilgamesh stuff, and maybe some arena stuff, depending on how I feel. But there will be a final stream of the game. Which is, like, post-story stuff, just for battling. Because I have to do, like, I have to do the Gilgamesh stuff, at least. and I want to do more. Yeah. Oh, best chapter. Chapter 13 was amazing. Dude, I'm really wondering what they're gonna go with. This Cloud thing. Everyone just trusts him, and they don't know that he's they don't know that he's still like in his evil ways. It's kind of weird though. This is the negative of having a trilogy. They beat Sephiroth, and Sephiroth just left anticlimactically again. They did that in Remake 2, I think. I think it was a little anticlimactic how Sephiroth was like out of the picture, and they were like, oh, we gotta chase Sephiroth. But it made more sense in the remake than it did this game. But again, I think that's the drawback of having this as a trilogy and wanting Sephiroth to... them going with Sephiroth for every single final fight. I think that's kind of just a drawback. It doesn't really bother me. But I did notice it. Because they were just like, oh, we gotta follow Sephiroth north. And I was just kind of like, I was thinking to myself, didn't you already use that excuse in Remake? But yeah. I mean, it doesn't really bother me. That's kind of the drawback of wanting to use Sephiroth for the final boss every time. So, you know. Great game. Great game. Glad I played it. Cannot wait for part 3. Can't wait to do the post game. I'm very excited. I'm gonna die waiting for part 3. Any DLC, I'll obviously play it. Oh, there were so many good moments in it. It was so good. 80 plus hours of like... 80 plus hours of 90% enjoyment. 90% enjoyment, 10% of a little annoyances. But again, 80 plus hour game. You're gonna have that. 80 hours is a long time. I don't even know what my final playtime is. We're probably close to 90 hours, maybe. I don't know. Who knows how long I have clocked in on this game. I'll find out when I render. I'm behind on rendering Rebirth, so I'll find out. Fantastic, though. Absolutely fantastic. Great game. I really need to go eat. I did not want to stream for close to 7 hours. I did not. I did not want to stream that long, but it's fine. I got the game done. Okay, I'm sorry I'm skipping this. I have to, I'm hungry. Confluence of Worlds. Chapter Select and Hard are now available. Access system and chapter selection to replay any chapter from the beginning. Using current stats. Okay, that's like Remake. Play log. Oh, you could choose your Gold Saucer companions? That'd be kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to definitely record all... I don't know about Chapter 8. I'm not going to bother with Chapter 8. I'm going to record all the Skywheel scenes with everyone. That'd be kind of cool to include. Simulator updates is cool. Ooh, Sephiroth and Zack, awesome. Okay, cool. Alright, awesome, awesome. I'm done with stream. I did not want to stream this long, but we got Rebirth done. So the main story's done. There will be one more stream, but the game's on a bit of a hiatus because I have to prepare for that. So maybe in like June, we'll do another stream of the game. Into summer for sure. We'll do a stream of the game and do the post-game stuff. I'm going to do it, I promise, because I'm going to play the game a lot on my own time, but I'll get to it eventually. So yeah, those of you watching, hope you all enjoyed the main story of Rebirth. If you'll watch that final stream, then I'll see you then. If not, I hope you enjoyed Rebirth. Look forward to any other Final Fantasy games or just FF7R Part 3, whatever it's called. But yeah, great game, great playthrough, really enjoyed it. I'll be back for the post game if you're interested in that. Thanks for watching. See you all next time.